Hey guys, it's the Golden Goose, the one with the real supernatural abilities, coming back with another video. And I want to talk about a few things, but I just can't get over how many false prophets are on YouTube. It's mind blowing. It is mind blowing, and how these people, specifically the tarot readers, are the ones doing this. You know, and the excuses that they give you to why they think that they're awakened, why they say things like, oh, God doesn't play about me, and you're gonna get karma instantly and 1,000 fold, and you can't even talk bad about me, and this and that, and and then you got some people out here, well, actually, I lost my train of thought there, but look. So, on top of the people that boast about it, you got other individuals that feel like they need to worship other deities, demigods, whatever they call them, orishas, or whatever the hell they are. Oh, man. And then you got other individuals saying, yeah, I heard a pop in my forehead, my third eye is open. And you got some other nut on here talking about, I felt oil being poured on my face, and and this and that. And you people are so damn delusional, it's not even funny. It's not even funny how delusional you people are. Thinking that you hold the power of the chosen one. The one person that was chosen out of, I don't know how many billions of people on earth. One person. And you got everybody on here saying that they have this power. Well, you know what? You people need a reality check. A big fat one. And especially when you sit there and you wear these beads on your wrists and all this bullshit. Let me tell you something. For me to be the person that sees demons and spirits and deities and all that, I don't wear any of that shit. You wouldn't even know that I was spiritual, aka Christian, because it's the same thing in my opinion, and I pretty much have the authority to say that, since I'm the one that holds that forbidden power. I can say that, and nobody can tell me any different. Nobody. You people want to have my skills and my energy so bad, but you don't even want to do the inner work to awaken yourselves. The legit way, which is, there's only one way you can receive your supernatural abilities, and that is with the approval of God. Can't do it by yourself. You're not going to wake up in the middle of the night and be so delusional that you got oil pouring on your face and you just had a moment with God. Shut the hell up, man. You're going to be able to see it with your eyes. You're going to get the most concrete evidence ever It's going to be supernatural for sure. It's not something that you have to question. It's going to be visible. Of course, I'm speaking based off of my own experiences. Now, check this out. Recently in the community, it could have been the past week, that you guys were, a lot of the readers were saying that, you know, I passed a couple of tests. Listen, first of all, I passed all my tests. That's number one. So that's kind of like useless information, but I still appreciate hearing that, but I really don't care about the test because I get tested all the time. It's like second nature at this point. It doesn't even matter. But you said I was going to be receiving some upgrades, some spiritual upgrades. All right, right? So now, every time the tarot community tells me I'm going to be receiving upgrades, something strange happens to me. Now, I got to think about all the other ones because I've been upgraded about, I don't know how many countless times now. I can't think of every single one of them, but I remember one of the old ones, or one of the first. Well, the first upgrade I got was the spiritual sight. I got the upgrade, and then of course God would make a demon come knock on my door so I can see that I was upgraded, and of course that's what happened. That was my first one. So I'm going to leave it at that. But the most recent one, which was a week ago, you guys were saying, I'm going to be receiving some upgrades. I'm going to be receiving some upgrades. All right. So the best way that I can explain it, now when I get upgrades, God usually does it when I'm sleeping. That's just from me to you. That's not anything written down or anything. That's me telling you how it works with me. He tries to be sneaky about it. Sometimes, very few times, I'll be awake when it happens. Like maybe one time, I astral traveled. I heard myself snoring, which was the first time I've ever heard myself snoring. But that's what happened on one of the times. I came out of my body and I was basically laying on top of my body and I was looking up at the ceiling. And I'm just sitting there looking at the ceiling in astral projecting mode without realizing that I was in that mode. I'm just looking at the ceiling and then I heard this awkward noise. And I'm like, what is that? It's coming from right behind me, right under me, I'm sorry. Or yeah, whatever, right? So I focused and I was like, wait a minute, that's me snoring. And I was like, what the hell? So I said, well, let me see if that's really me. Let me see if I can move. And I moved, and when my spirit moved, my body moved. And I stopped snoring. And then that's when I made the realization, like, wait a minute, that is me. And then my spirit jumped back into my body, and then I think I woke up or whatever. But let me tell you about the most recent one, which was pretty much a couple days ago. So you said I was going to be receiving some upgrades. Well, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to explain this. This is so, like I never know how it's gonna be done. I never know what, it could be fucking anything. God works in mysterious fucking ways, and let me tell you something. It is mysterious. Okay, now look, what happened to me was I got that information, and what happens all the time is I usually don't think anything of it, but I always get evidence of it. That's why. It's like I know I'm gonna get some kind of evidence of it, just like I get all the time once the upgrades are there. So I went to bed the other night. I'm not sure. I don't know what night it was. It could have been the night before yesterday. It could have been a night before that. It could have been any of those nights. But it was a couple of nights ago. Now, for the record, I I don't, I don't know exactly where my heart is. All right. Now, I don't care to know. Like, I know it's in there somewhere. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know exactly where it's at, but I heard that it's in this place or whatnot. Whatever. Now, I was sleeping, and I got up, or I woke up because you're sleeping. You get up. You want to turn to the left, or you want to turn to the right. That's what was I woke up, and I guess I was already to the right, and I was like, you know what, I want to I want to lay on my back to get more comfortable. That was basically my whole idea. So when I got up, or when I woke up, I'm sorry, I keep saying when I got up, not when I got up, when I opened my eyes, when I woke up, I felt a device pumping my heart. That's the best way I can explain it to you. And it it was the weirdest shit I've ever felt. Oh my god. Like, I literally, oh my goodness, oh man. It was the weirdest shit that I've ever felt. I literally felt like if there was a device, some kind of a device on my heart. And that's why I mentioned I don't know where the heart is, but at that moment, I knew where my heart was because I felt this device on it. Pumping something in there or whatever. It felt like it was pumping something in there, but it was so intense that I woke up and I was just like, what the, and I'm like, I need to go to sleep fast because I'm gonna panic. It was such a feeling, such a strange feeling that I already knew that if I let myself wake up fully, I was gonna panic. And the way it was feeling, I wasn't gonna be able to go back to sleep based on the intensity of the feeling. So with all of that thought process going, I woke up, felt it, and I was just like, really, God? Really? Really? And then I started snoring again. I said, I need to clock out because if I stay awake, I'm gonna crash out. So I went back to bed. And the next day I got up, I was perfectly fine. Everything was right back to normal. Well, I was perfectly fine waking up. So, so after that, I go throughout my day and everything like that. I'm distracted with this, I'm distracted with that. But once I'm finished, once I'm done with errands and things like that, I go to lay down. And at first I thought some bug was on my leg or something like that, or I don't know. That's what I thought, which I know it wasn't true because there wasn't anything. There was no bugs in here, no flies or anything like that. So I was distracted, just scrolling on my phone, and once I was like, "What is that?" I looked at my leg. I felt something on my leg. There wasn't anything there. It was an invisible energy just cursing through my leg. And, because once I noticed that there wasn't anything there and that the feeling was still there, I kind of focused and concentrated, and I noticed that the energy was just coursing through my leg. And same thing when I got up and I sat in the chair and I was going to do something on the computer, I felt the energy coursing through my arms. Now, look, I don't know what that is exactly as of yet, because God, he doesn't tell me. He just throws me under the bus and makes me figure it out. So I don't know what that is yet. But the point of me telling you this is there's only going to be one person going through this shit. It's not all of you false prophets on YouTube. You guys just want to say that you're protected by God. You want to say that you have the dominion that I have, which you don't. You want to say that, oh, I can hear people's thoughts. No, you cannot. I can. Those are my gifts. Those are not yours. Those are mine. I'm the only one going through all the chaotic craziness, all of the supernatural things. I'm the only one. Because trust me, I gave it enough time. Because when this stuff first started happening, I said, I can't be the only one going through. That's what I said to myself at first. I can't be the only one going through this. But once I got on YouTube and I started listening to everybody over and over and over again, trying to find somebody who had the same things that I had, guess what? Nobody has it. Nobody. But they sure can brag about what I have. They sure can say that they're awakened when they didn't even do the fucking work, but all they do is have beads on their wrist, like if there's some kind of demigod on earth. You hold no power. You haven't even proved yourself to God. If God loves you, he loves me a hell of a lot more than you, because I got supernatural abilities that I can prove. So what does that say about you? How about you stop bragging about me and gain some power for yourself by proving yourself to God? Because that's the only way you're going to get any type of power. Not because you did any type of work. You're not in charge. You are not in charge. There's only one thing in charge, and that's the one thing that can unleash your true potential. I only have my abilities because God says he wanted me to have them. You got to understand that. It's not like I woke up one day and oh my God, I have these abilities. I mastered myself. No. When God found me, I was a hot mess. He had to rebuild me. He taught me certain things to shape me. And then he gave me the abilities. Little by little. Not even everything at once. Little by little. I'm still getting upgraded right now. Imagine. This stuff started happening to me 5 years ago. And if I'm still being upgraded right now, that is the pure definition of little by little. But every time it happens, it's massive. It's life-changing. It's something that's never been heard before. Never, I'm not going to say never been done, but never, people in today's world never seen this type of stuff before. It's a forbidden power. It was sealed. God released that power a long time ago. That's why you heard about prophets. You heard about these people who were anointed by God that led revolutions, that changed the world. But then, I guess, things got a little crazy, got a little hectic, and God said, there's probably, I don't trust no man to hold this kind of power. Oh, except for me, because I got it. You got to understand, man. You got to understand. I just wanted to mention that because there's so many people that think that they're anointed. You are crazy, bro. Why? Because you read cards? Because you wear beads? Because you have statues of demigods, which you're not supposed to be worshiping at all? Like, come on, dude. Like, no wonder I'm the only one awakened out here out of billions of people. No wonder. Look at my competition. It's almost embarrassing. I'm on YouTube to teach people. I wanna help other people wake up. You can wake up and you might have some abilities, but they're not gonna match mine. It's not gonna happen. You're just gonna be you in your own special way. You might even be part of the 144. I honestly don't really think that exists, but if it did, you'd be part of that. If you can even get that far. I have so much to say because I just want to, let people know what I went through to achieve this stuff. Like, and these people on YouTube are just sitting here saying, oh yeah, I have that power. Don't you dare say nothing to me. And this and that and this and that. Hey, listen, man, you wish you had that power. I remember God told me, he said, you know how many people wish they can talk to me the way you can? The way I can with you? You know how many people wish they had that ability? You know how many people wish that when they pray to me that I can answer their prayers like I answer yours? I said, yeah, I know. I was one of them. But the thing is that when I prayed and I cried to God, I didn't care about an answer back. I didn't care whether he heard me or not. Well, I mean, I cared if he heard me, but that was it. God, just hear me. I don't care about a response. I don't care about you proving anything. I just want you to hear my pain. That was it. That was it. Simple. The first things that I saw, in this world before I even started that journey were demons. People being possessed. Demons talking to me through possessed people. And God still wasn't around. Quiet, empty, nothing. Only dark and evil was around. And it still didn't break my faith. It just taught me that he is out there. He may be mad at humanity. He may be mad at the world. But he is there. And I'm going to find him. If you really want to start a journey to become awakened, you have to let go of the world. I'm not saying don't live in the world, don't live in society, because that's this is where we live at. But you have to let go of those ideals. You have to let go of trying to show who you are. Oh, look at these beads on my wrist. I hold power. You don't hold shit. You don't hold anything. You're just an empty vessel, literally trying to show the world who you are. Or try to show the world a pretend version of who you are. You're no wizard. You're none of that. You're just somebody with some beads on your wrists and statues in your home. Oh yeah, this is the statue of this god right here, and this is that. Hey, listen, man. A person like that, I'll tell them, hey, listen, maybe next lifetime you can start that journey, but you are cooked in this lifetime. You are cooked. You know, I never read the Bible like that. I didn't know these stories until I started reading a little bit, looking at a couple of videos of the stories on YouTube and things like that. But I didn't really know the stories like that. I just walked with faith, a faith that was just there. I didn't know what none of the prophets did. I didn't know anything. I didn't know whether God existed or not. I didn't know nothing. I just knew what my heart would tell me. And if it told me to talk to God, I did. You know, I expressed myself. Don't become these people. Don't become these people. You don't have to wear anything to demonstrate that you're a person of God. You don't have to go to church to prove to anybody that you're a person of God. You don't have to do shit, to be honest. You just be yourself, do what's right, treat people the way your heart really wants you to treat them, not what your ego tells you. And you'll have a chance. You'll have a chance to see life in a different way. But until that time, don't you dare say that God don't play about you and this and that, and I can read minds, and there's oil that was poured on me, and I heard my forehead snap, and my third eye is fully awakened. Because you just sound like an idiot. You just sound like an idiot. I can't even go to sleep at night because of so many supernatural things that happen to me. It affects my life. I don't even think you people are capable of dealing with that. And then you want to talk about that you hold my energy, you hold my power. The hell out of here with that shit, man. It's almost laughable. It's literally laughable. When I turn off the lights and go to bed, there's shadow figures that I see running away from me. Every time, running away. Because they'll see me and then they'll whoop, and then they'll run away. But they're not near me. They can't get near me. They're just at a distance. And they still run. You know how that affects somebody? Do you have any idea? Even if they're not haunting me, even if you gotta understand, you know, like, just think about that. Now, if they're haunting you, that's a different situation. But for somebody, you know, for you to have to see that, having the spiritual sight is not an easy thing. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's not easy. It's not, because I see things and you know, I'm afraid to see things because I know that I can see them. It's not easy walking the chosen path. even with all these benefits and things that I have. There's a reason why I have them. Because it's not a simple journey. It's not. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. I just want to, let people know, don't let these people try to educate you. Talking about, oh, and the ninth dimension and the 10th dimension. It's like, bitch, you never reached that level. How can you educate other people about that? You haven't even reached that yourself. You're just regurgitating some shit you got online or some. How are you going to educate somebody else about something that you haven't even achieved yourself? If anything, leave that up to me, because I achieved that. I can be the teacher. I can show you the way. Anyway. All right, so till next time.